Hello everyone, my name is Tocho and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Origins. I think we've cleared out everything that we can do here in Lothering, so we're going to move on back to the world map and see where we want to head to next. Now, I think I want to try and hit up the Daelish elves first. Because, what was my reason behind that? It seems to be, as far as I can tell, there's nothing like a crisscrossy between how I think the story's happening right now, because I know if we go to Redcliffe, Arl Aemon is sick, and there's like a side quest, sort of, that we have that tells us to go to Dinram and pick up the Urn of Sacred Ashes, so we'd have to go to Dinram first and then to, Redcliffe. Jesus, hello. Alright, Alistair, go do your thing.
Here.
Let's end this.
Here.
Alistair, engage.
Make a preserve.
Okay, so you do that. And then I want to cast that. Let's get Regent and Alistair. There we go. Ooh, Jesus, that hurt. It's fine. It's fine. And finally, I level up.
You should run while you can.
Is that debuff? Warcry. Okay.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged. The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
Well, I mean, we're just leaving the town, and apparently there's already Darkspawn here, so...
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer, but there may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we? We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you kindly for all your assistance.
Okay. Wonder if I should have brought them with me.
Very well.
Oh, Blood Mage.
As you say.
Quest related? The Malficarum regrets. I won't go back, let them hunt and dread finding me, but to you, Mel, should you not live this life? It would please me if you found life in the Circle Tower. I left a few things there, mostly stolen from the enchanters. Sell them to fund a new path. The cache is in the study area, middle alcove. Goodbye. You have just qualified for a specialization, a customized form of the character's base class. Each offers a unique set of advanced talents and benefits. Characters may have up to 2 specializations, with the first become available at level 7 and the second at level 14. The first you'll need to find a trainer. Oh, nice. So let's handle level up real quick. Okay, well, I don't know how exactly, but somehow I've come to learn... Where is it? I just get a specialization slot and I've come to learn blood magic already, because I'm pretty sure you have to learn how... Someone has to teach that to you, but I just have it for some reason. Maybe it's because Morrigan knows it? I don't know. No, she's a shapeshifter. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why this is happening right now. But I did take a thing of blood magic. I am now a blood mage. So what this does...
Shall be done.
Oop, don't do that. That's not what I want to do. It causes me to drain health to cast my spells instead of life. Or instead of mana. Can you go over here, please? Thank you. So that's a thing.
It is begun.
Also, that little note we picked up tells us of a cache hidden inside the Circle Tower, so I have to remember about that whenever we start heading there. Quest complete. What do we complete? I guess let's go. I got a party of Mitcher 4th. Let's do it!
Bad dreams, huh? Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight. I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too. Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Okay. So I guess camp is like our hub. Do some talking. We've got Stins over here. These guys are here. Who are you?
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader? Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other.
I didn't know him for long, dude.
But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled. My family... well, past is a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arlen banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles. And then some. Not much is known about that time. After King Arlen died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride. I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour. Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arlen's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour. I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least? 1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Okay. Sophia Dryden. I should stay on top of these. Controls, just bugger through those. Okay, so Sten, either you have an enviable memory or a pitiable life, to know nothing of regrets. The northern islands are remote, lush jungles that harbor cities rumored to be the most extraordinary ever built. These are the lands of the Quinari, lands that no foreigner eyes ever see. Only the stories of the 3 exalted marches waged against the giants have reached the south, until the arrival of Sten. The stoic giant in the cage was surely the strangest thing the people of Lothring had ever seen until the blight struck. Sophia Dryden is Ferelden's light and her most brilliant jewel. Nothing on this earth can ever quench her fire. Arlessa Sophia Dryden was the young Arlen's rival for the throne of Ferelden. Dryden was a strong and charismatic leader with much support from the Bannerin. When Arlen finally won the crown, Dryden refused to relent. She pushed her claim, was caught, and accused of treason. Her sympathizers continued to support her, however. In order to appease them, Dryden was spared execution and forced to join the Grey Wardens instead. Dryden survived the joining and dazzled the Grey Wardens at Soldier's Peak with her leadership skills and charm. She eventually rose through the ranks to become the Warden Commander of Ferelden. Before Commander Dryden, the Grey Wardens were seen as a relic of Norder time and an unnecessary drain on the nobles' coffers. Dryden, though, with her political connections, reinvigorated the Wardens and rapidly increased their numbers. In the meantime, King Arlen proved himself a devious king. Willing to go to brutal lengths to silence his opponents, Arlen's reign of terror grew worse with each passing year, and some of the bands approached Commander Dryden in desperation, begging her to intercede. She agreed, and thus was taken rebellion against King Arlen born. Arlen learned of the rebellion and took steps to end it. He publicly suspended all tithing to the Grey Wardens and declared that they were no longer welcome in Ferelden. Some of the Wardens, mindful that they were supposed to remain politically neutral, felt disgraced by Dryden's involvement in Ferelden politics and left her side even as the king's forces laid siege to Soldier's Peak. The siege took months to end with the death of Sophia Dryden. Okay. Culture and history. The Chastened. The Chastened Wilders have lived in the Kokaria Wild since the first war with the Almari drove them southward a millennium ago. According to their own lore, they had always been a forest-dwelling people that adapted quickly to their new home. Game and fish are plentiful in the wetlands, and the Chastened thrived. For a time, they and the hill-dwelling Avars were true threats to the northern lowlands. The Tevinter Imperium had arrived and was hard-pressed to keep back the waves of invasions from the south and the west. The fortress Vostigar was built specifically to watch for Chastened hordes venturing north of the tree line. It was not until the legendary warrior Hafter soundly defeated the Chastened in the first half of the Divine Age, and questions of their ability to contest the lowlands was settled permanently. Today, the Chastened are considered largely peaceful, though their ways are still primitive compared to our own. In the Kokaria Wilds, they lived in strange-looking huts built on stilts or even built into the great tree tops. They paint their faces and are split into small tribes ruled by shamans like those amongst the Avars. There are many tales of these shamans having learned of their magic of the Witches of the Wilds. Witches that inspire as much terror as they do awe and gratitude, even if there is no definitive proof they exist. In particular, the tale of Flemeth, the greatest Witch of the Wilds, is celebrated amongst all tribes. While there is no way to know how many there are in the wilds today, few travelers that pass through the forest tell of Chastened eking out an existence even in the frozen wastelands of the far south. One can assume that should the Chastened ever organize themselves once more, we might have reason to fear them being here in Ferelden. We ignore them at our peril. Okay. Then creatures, bear. Bear is a bear. We don't really need to read all that, do we? Okay, so this is also probably... I know that there's a friendship mechanic in the game where if you buddy up to certain people, they'll... Hello.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and remember the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay, so they've got actually some really good equipment that I can buy, but I can't exactly afford it right now. So they sell gifts for free, which I think is used to boost morale. That might be like a DLC thing that they're available for free. I'm not sure. Not sure if I should try to use them. or just try to progress as naturally. But I'll have a talk with that with some people later. Or if you have some knowledge on like how to be friends, I know getting Morgan and Alistair to both be friends with you was a little bit difficult because they don't get along. But yeah, if anyone has any tips on that, leave them in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate it. You have something to tell us.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Enchantment.
Oh Jesus, what is this? Is it just that easy? All enchantable items in the party inventory, including those currently equipped, can be upgraded by an enchanter as long as you have the runes available. Select an item you wish to enchant, drag and drop the desired rune into the slots in the item. Okay. So Alistair's got lightning damage on his sword now? Yes. Okay. Very nice. Let's see what Morgan has to say for us.
What do you wish of me? If you must. I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
It does sound like something you'd do.
So I assume. My mother has walked the wilds far longer than I. Who am I to suggest what things she has done and not done in her past? Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know? Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. Indeed, you could learn the spells required if I cared to teach you. The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
Okay.
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary. They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask. No, 'tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one. I'm shocked that you think so, being a mage of the circle as you were. But perhaps you felt a little like a caged bird as well, caught within that dark tower. I thought so. Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Maybe tied to a flagpole and tickled? No.
You're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you? But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Yay, Morrigan approves. That's the real game, is getting Morrigan to like you. Let's have a talk with Leilana.
Yes?
Liliana, whatever her name is.
Well, here I am. I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in. I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rosebush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith. In my dream, I fell, or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything? That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
Let's go talk to the dog, he seems very loud. Hey,
Oh,
Absidy.
why, you little...
Oi.
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Teach the silly Alistair a lesson. Well, he's a war dog.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me. I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Oh.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
Ah, such a smart dog.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack.
He wags his tail.
A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Why doesn't he share his food with me?
You are welcome to this if you really want it. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
I don't want to upset Morrigan, but...
I just did.
Oh.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Oh, come on.
He is certainly manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Okay, that didn't hurt Morgan. walk away slowly.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Oh my god, it's just like Brizzo. Well, good luck with that then. Brizzo is Absidy's brother. My dog's brother. My sister keeps him, and all he does is dig like compulsively every day. Alistair, what you got for us?
What do you need? You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did. I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry. I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of. I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him. Of course, I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just... Yes, I imagine you really have, haven't you? Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little. I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Okay. Are you still bugged out talking to the dog?
Why are we stopping? There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful? You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight. I am. Decide. I am a Sten of the Beresad. I did not choose to be who I am any more than you did.
I'm gonna...
As you wish.
Move this along. Oh, well, he approves a little bit for talking to him. That's nice. So let's get a move on then. Doesn't need to be a full lore dump episode. Let's take Alistair, Morgan, and Liliana. Alright, we've got a couple more places we can go now. We have Soldier's Peak. We can hit that up a bit later, I think. I want to go and hit the Brecilian outskirts. What is this? Okay, anyways. Let's go that way. And then I think I might hit up Dinram and then make our way to the circle and over.
Hold, outsider. You may be of my kind, but you are not Daelish. Why are you here? And what business is that? That is not a lie that many would attempt. I will bring you to the Keeper then, and he can decide if your business is worthwhile.
I see we have guests. Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
This one claims to be a Grey Warden and wishes to speak with the clan. I thought it best to leave the decision to you.
That was wise of you. Masirinus, Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zathrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
Yeah, let's just go. Pleasure to meet
If
you.
you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me. The clan came to the Brecilian Forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped, but we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry. The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself, and that would be no trivial task to retrieve. Within the Brecilian Forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan. There is no guarantee that this will work, as I suspect, but it's the only hope we have left. I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brecilian Forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck. Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily. There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it. That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish. No. The ones from this forest, however, do. You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal. Go on, then. Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest. I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Okay, so we have to solve a werewolf curse.
How do we move? Hello? I'm sorry. I'm not used to dealing with outsiders. Though we do get people like you from time to time. Elves from the city, I mean. I am Cammon, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter. I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand. I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But the real problem is Gaina. She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery. You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do. But the keeper said, no, I just can't. What if I encountered a werewolf? I couldn't defeat one of those on my own. The keeper would know right away if I left camp. Masiranis for the offer, however. That's very kind of you.
I don't want to help him. Cheating is right, though, although we can't just get out. Is there a way to, like, talk to the keeper and maybe, like, hey, can this guy come with me for, like, 2 seconds? If you tried wooing her, I guess?
I don't understand.
Not to be too blunt, but have you betted her?
A gift? No, that wouldn't be appropriate. Not before we're married. I've serenaded her, and we've talked many times under the moon. But that doesn't matter if I'm still an apprentice. Not to her. Such as? I suppose you could, but what good would that do? The situation hasn't changed. Really? I'm willing to try anything. Siranas, oh ma Siranas, I will pray to the goddess of love that you are successful.
Maybe I should have just brought back. I have plenty of wolf pelts on me. I can just handed him one. What else is happening over here?
Oh, what do you want now? I told you everything already. I don't think there's anything I can tell you. My clanmates in the camp would be better at that.
You still have a quest marker on your head.
Andaran Atishan, outsider. I am not sure what I can tell you, but I shall try. Zathrian? He has been our keeper since long before my parents' parents were born. What could you wish to know about him? The keeper is not a fortune teller. He could not have known any more than the rest of us. I don't know. Very old. It is said that Zathrian may be one of the first to become as our ancestors were long ago, immortal. We all live longer than the Flat Ears, the elves who live with humans. The Keepers even more so because of their knowledge of the old ways.
Why Zathrian differs from the others, I do not know. Perhaps he has been blessed by the creators. He keeps us safe, and he keeps the knowledge of our people safe, so we may bring it to all of our people one day. The ways of our ancestors, of course, from the time of our Lathan, before the human empire enslaved our people. From the other clans, and from the artifacts we uncover in our travels. Everywhere the old empire was, so went their slaves. Pieces of our past lie everywhere. To your people, when there is a new homeland for us all to settle in, the Daelish shall teach your people what they have forgotten. Yes. Then may the creators bring you fortune.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to talk to her or try to flirt with her on behalf of someone else. So let's look away from that for now.
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach. My name is Alora. I am the Master Herder in charge of caring for the Hala. Not as exciting as being a Grey Warden, but the Hala are vital to us. Not as much as I assumed you thought my task boring in comparison. Am I wrong? You are kind to say so, but it is not quite on the same level as saving the lands from the spread of shadow, I am sure. In truth, my place as the Master Herder is a small one, but one I am quite satisfied with. Would that we could all find such peace with our lot in life. They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel, what humans call landships. They are our companions and our guides. That is exactly what they are, in fact. We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude. I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery. For her sake, as well as that of the others. I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful. And? What do you think? I am glad you attempted it regardless. No. No, I'm sorry. She isn't calming any more around you than she is for me. I know. It was kind of you to try. I will watch her for a while longer and see if her condition changes. I am grateful for your assistance, friend.
Okay. What is this? Mother of the Hala. Okay. This might just be a lore-heavy episode. We're going on about an hour now. We have sex. Who else do we have to talk to? That's that guy. Let's talk to you.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Verathorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Verathorn.
And so they should. Truly, the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need? I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn what I can of the ancient elven arts of shaping wood and ore. In truth, we Daelish know little of the art compared to what we once did. And even what we know has taken us many lifetimes to achieve. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest. Ironbark. The Keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come. I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you. That would please me, so long as our hunters come first. I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
Alright, so I think that's... Oh, we've got something else over here to talk to. Okay. Let's talk to Athras.
I'm Daelish, stranger. I am Athras. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you. That is very generous of you. Most would assume we are unkind as a rule, and that is not the case. Especially not to a Grey Warden. But we have lost much, and it is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brecilian Forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me. We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper. I suppose there's no harm in telling a fellow elf, but surely you have greater concerns than any problem of mine, no? Well, perhaps you could help me with it. I would certainly appreciate anything you could do. My wife Daelish and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Daelish is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her. If I could just know if Daelish is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace. I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much, but I would be happy to give it to you in return for any news.
Okay, colored inks. Just have a look around camp, see if there's anything else that we can pick up. Rapid aim, that might be good for Liliana. Tier 2 and Tier 3, damage by 3, rapid aim. Let's just pop that on her. If rapid aim does what I think it does, it may let her attack quicker. And I guess let's talk to you to get your quest.
What do you want now? I told you everything already. You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do. No, I couldn't do that. I must kill the beast myself. It is my rite of passage to become a full hunter. You are right. I do want to marry Gaina before she marries someone else. So you would get a pelt for me? Why would you do that? Then, I am very grateful. I will pray to Andrul, the goddess of the hunt, for your success.
Okay, so I think that's all the quests we can grab in the area. I'm not sure Zathrian's up to anything.
Very well.
Or I'm not sure what he's up to.
Please leave that be. If you have need of equipment, I am sure Master Verathorn can help you. Masiranis. Underanitishan, Grey Warden. My name is Lanaya. I am Zathrian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two? What an odd thing to say. I mean about the outside world, of course. I hear the human cities are very large, thousands upon thousands of souls all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
I haven't actually seen the city in this game yet, but sure.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought. Being accustomed to pain and suffering does not make it any less tragic. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Daelish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have one more question, though I'm not sure you can answer it. Do the humans ever regret what they did to us? And yet, even if some regret, they do nothing. A poet once wrote of them before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own. Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Daelish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them. I really shouldn't talk about that. That's something you should ask him about yourself. A keeper is, first and foremost, the leader of the clan. He decides where we go and when we shall move. He's also responsible for knowing the clan's ancient lore and passing it on to the others in the clan. Without a keeper, the clan's knowledge is lost forever, so the clan protects him like no other. As you wish. Dareth Shirel.
Okay, so what I'm getting so far is that Zathrian over here is potentially immoral. He's lived much longer than many elves do. One of the people mentioned that he's older than her parents'. So even her grandparents, and I'm assuming that in this world elves live a bit longer than humans, as they do in, other works. He's the keeper of knowledge, clan leader, which means he's also the one potential person to know a lot more than what he's letting on. Especially probably in regards to the werewolf attacks. She just mentioned that he's lost something personal to the werewolves, so
I shall do it.
I wonder if he's done something in retaliation to that's causing this blight, or not the blight, but this curse to run rampant.
It shall be done.
Just have a look through some of the boxes around here. Liliana! There's a box. Insufficient skill. Lovely. And with that, I think we're going to leave off the episode. I know we didn't get to do a lot today. It was a lot of it was quite a bit more of lore and, talking. We've got a couple more codex entries to go through now. But we are running up on an hour now, so we're going to jump straight into it next episode in the Brecilian Forest. We're going to go hunt some werewolves. Yeah. I'm willing to bet, or place my, I'm willing to bet now that Zathrian's get more going on. Because everyone else just seems to be following orders. He's got to know more than he's telling us. Whether or not he's hiding it out of like shame or
I shall do it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just something sacred, but maybe there's something there. This could just be a werewolf attack, but he seems to know a lot. Like he even knows how to single out the source of the supposed curse. So he's either lived long enough to have encountered this white thing, or he knows how it was created. I don't know. Also, the fact that he's immortal is, well, allegedly immortal is something that's lost upon elves today, apparently. So, I don't know, maybe there's something there. But anyways, we're going to kick straight into that in the next episode. Remember to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!